HiWire Prompter contains a feature that allows wireless A-B syncing. This means that two computers can run two instances of HiWire Prompter simultaneously, without cables or interfaces. This allows for redundancy for your live prompting experience. If there is an issue with the A computer, the B computer can pick up seamlessly where A computer left off. Let's get started. Here are some steps we need to take before even opening HiWire Prompter. Number 1. Designate one computer as primary, A, and the other as secondary, B. Number 2. Both computers need to be on the same Wi-Fi network. Number 3. Both computers will need to have Bluetooth turned on and be connected to one another via Bluetooth. This is within the Bluetooth system settings. And number 4, we'll need to match the screen resolutions for both computers in System Preferences. For Mac, this will be in System Preferences and Display. Now I'll show you how to do steps 3 and 4, since steps 1 and 2 are rather self-explanatory. Here we go. As mentioned in step 3, we need to connect both computer A and computer B via Bluetooth to one another. Before we do this, we need to make sure that Bluetooth is on and enabled on both computer A and computer B. Once we do this, we'll go on computer A, up to the Apple logo, System Preferences, look for the Bluetooth logo, and open up the Bluetooth preferences. Once we do this, computer B, with its Bluetooth enabled, should be showing up in our Bluetooth devices window. Here it's listed as Daniela's MacBook Pro. Once we find computer B, we need to select it and connect to it. On my iOS version, you right-click and press connect. This could be different depending on what version you are running. Note that depending on what iOS you're running, you might see a code like this pop up, where you'll have to confirm it on the other computer before connecting. A final note on connecting the two computers via Bluetooth. Establishing the initial connection can sometimes be a little tricky. So a couple of steps I like to take is first restarting both computers and turning on and off the Bluetooth connection. Once the connection gets established, the computers tend to find each other way faster and the connection is stable. So just keep that in mind. Our fourth and final step before opening HiWire Prompter is to match the screen resolutions. To do this, we go to the Apple logo, System Preferences, Displays, and just check our presets, and then also click on Scaled and make sure that our resolutions are lined up on both computers. If you have any external displays from each computer, you will find them in this window and set the resolutions to the same. Once we've completed the 4 steps before opening HiWire Prompter, we can proceed to part 2 in the HiWire Prompter software. First, we need to load the same HiWire Prompter library on both computer A and computer B. To do this, in HiWire Prompter, we go up to File, scroll down to Open, and find the library. Here, I have a Jesse Malin library I'll be loading on both computers. Steps 2 and 3. On computer A, we'll go up to Window, scroll down to Devices, and make sure that computer B is selected as backup sync. Here, it's listed as Dave S. MacBook. Make sure Enable Devices is clicked and checkmarked, and make sure that the drop-down window says Access and Backup Sync. Steps 4 and 5. On computer B, go to Window, scroll down, click Sync with Primary. Make sure that on computer B, the Enable Devices is disabled first. You can see I have both windows open, and that when I click and it is unchecked, Computer A pops up in the Services Sync window. Now you can see that Computer B has popped up. We highlight it and click Synchronize with Selected Mac. You may see an authorization code window pop up on Computer B. If this does, simply go over to Computer A and a 6-digit code will pop up. Enter the code, click Send, and then we'll be synced up. Once Computer A and Computer B are synced, you'll see a window that says Connected. It'll have a list of notes on it. Just please be mindful of these notes. It says to ensure perfect sync, make sure at all times the library on the backup Mac is an exact copy of the primary and is up to date. Number 2, on the backup Mac, do not store the library file on a folder that is synchronized on a cloud, i.e. iCloud or Dropbox, to avoid conflicts when making edits. Number 3, monitors on both the primary and backup are the same size. Number 4, the device's services must be turned off on the backup. We talked about that just a second ago. And finally, do not make any edits on the primary Mac while connected with the backup Mac. That includes, but not limited to, changing font size, setting markers, and changing the line spacing. Once we've completed all the steps, Computer A and B will be wirelessly synced. Here, the larger main screen is Computer A, and the picture-in-picture is Computer B. As you can see, when scrolling in the set list on Computer A, Computer B immediately mirrors what I'm doing on Computer A. However, when I scroll in the catalog, nothing changes. That's because the catalog is the selector for the entire catalog of songs. Now, when I go to Swinging Man, press play, you can see that the scrolling is completely synced. One final note, you can select any file in the set list. However, if you bring in any songs from the catalog on Computer A, you must go back to steps 4 and 5. Steps 4 would be on the secondary, go to Window and sync with primary, and then select Update Library from the primary. In other words, if you alter the set list, it will not immediately be mirrored on Computer B, and you need to tell the computer to sync the library. Here's an example of what I just talked about. As you can see on Computer A, I'm taking the song Mona Lisa from the catalog and migrating it down to the set list after the song Queen of the Universe. On the smaller screen, Computer B, you can see that nothing has changed. So in order to update, we need on Computer B to go up to Window, Sync with Primary, and then click Update Library from Primary. Then you'll see that Mona Lisa migrates to the set list and is updated.